You know, I always found it strange that people thought the Nintendo Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch Pro was going to be announced today. I mean, why would they do that when they could do that at a September Nintendo Direct, which would just be in a couple months? Or sometime before The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and release it with that game. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo-Chan Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not. In this video, we are going to talk about the new Nintendo Switch model that was launched, the Nintendo Switch Pro rumors that were going around that obviously didn't happen because the Nintendo Switch model isn't a Switch Pro. We also have some good God of War news, as well as a delay for a PlayStation 5 game that I really wanted to play, and unfortunately it's going to be delayed. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, it really helps out the video, and if you want to follow me on Twitter and help me reach my goal of 1,000 followers, you can follow me at RoboRob93. So the Nintendo Switch Pro is something that was heavily rumored yesterday. A lot of people thought that there was going to be something going on with the new Nintendo console, whether that be a Nintendo Switch Pro or a Nintendo Switch 2 or maybe just a revision. Now there was a couple reasons why people thought the next Nintendo console was going to be announced today, and these are why. If you guys have been watching the show, you know that Nintendo is stockpiling supplies for something. We don't know what it is or what it could be for, but it could possibly be for the next Nintendo console. When you compare how much money they're spending, $500 million compared to last year in 2021 and 2020, it's 90,000 and 70,000. Going from 90 to 70,000 to 500,000 in the span of a year is a pretty significant jump. Compare that when they had the Nintendo Switch Lite, it was 250,000 in supplies and materials. So that was one reason why people thought a Nintendo Switch 2 was going to be announced eventually, or it is coming. Now that could happen in the future, but right now that's not going to happen. And second, Nintendo put the Nintendo Switch Oled and Nintendo Switch Lite trailers on their channel on private. So a lot of people thought that, okay, so this probably means that Nintendo is going to announce a new Nintendo console the next day. This could be the Nintendo Switch 2. But no, that's not the case. There is no Nintendo Switch 2 or Switch Pro or anything, but there is another Nintendo console, and it kind of looks pretty cool. Now this next Nintendo console is a special edition, and it's going to be for Splatoon 3, which interestingly enough is coming out in September, which is only a couple months away, so it makes sense as to why they're starting to market that game, even if it's just for a new console. More than likely what you're gonna see is more and more Splatoon 3 as we get closer to that release date, which usually happens with every Nintendo game. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Splatoon 3 Direct just like we got the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct. Now the actual thing that was announced was the Nintendo Switch OLED, and it was a Splatoon version, and they look pretty cool. I actually do want those Joy-Cons because they look extremely cool. Right now you're seeing some pictures pop up of it, and it looks pretty good. I like the Joy-Con specifically. If I ever do get another Nintendo console, I will probably get this one, unless there's a better version of the Nintendo Switch OLED and they come out with, say, a new Pokemon version. Now, not only is there new Joy-Cons and a new Nintendo Switch OLED, but there's also a new Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and of course they have the Switch OLED dock as well. And you can get a carrying case along with it. Now, my thoughts on this completely, if it looks good or not, I think it looks fantastic. I think this is probably one of the better editions for the Nintendo Switch overall, but again, I said this in the video before, that's not really saying much. The special editions of these consoles haven't been as good as they were back on the 3DS. There were some really fantastic 3DS editions. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts. Make sure you guys tell me what you think about the Switch OLED in the comment section below. Do you think it sucks? Do you think it looks fantastic like me? Do you want the Joy-Cons? Are you gonna get the Switch OLED? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. And moving on, let's try something new on the channel. Let's talk about some PS5 news. So recently, God of War 2 is coming out and it got a new release date. It even got a new CG trailer, which looks really cool. So the release date for God of War Ragnarok is gonna be on November 9th, 2022, which is fantastic. I was kind of afraid that it was gonna be delayed because we weren't getting any news. We haven't seen any big gameplay on it. We have some gameplay snippets so far, but not a lot. And usually when that happens, typically you can expect some kind of delay or something happening with the game. Not in all cases. Bayonetta 3 is a good example, and Shin Megami Tensei 5 is another good example, but usually you can expect a delay if you haven't seen gameplay on something, or you can expect some kind of problem with the gameplay itself during the reveal. A good example in that would be Starfield. And like I said, usually that is the case. Sometimes sometimes there are exceptions, and today we do have that exception, and that is for Forspoken, a game that I was really excited for. You guys know I love RPGs. This really sucks. So right now, if you have been following Forspoken's Twitter account, they say that it's gonna be delayed till January 24th, 2023, which is kind of cool because it is during my birthday, so it's a little birthday present for me personally, so it is kind of cool for me and if your birthday's in January, I guess. With that being said, I'm glad they're delaying it and they're putting the final polishing phase, as they said in their Twitter drop, so I'm glad that they're taking their time with this because I really want this to be good because it looks really cool. I love fantasy games, I love RPG games, I love action RPG games that are fantasy, so I'm hoping this is fantastic. Also, I'm a big fan of isekai anime, and it's essentially an isekai game, so I'm gonna love it. And that is all the topics we have for today, guys. This is some pretty recent news, so if you guys enjoyed that news, make sure you guys tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.